All right, welcome everyone to today's cause meeting. My name is James Kernan, and I'll be one of the co-hosts for today's meeting. My fellow host is Allie Chang Ray. Allie, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Good to see you. We're also joined by several other team members and fellow zone managers. Rosemary, Gwen, you want to give everyone a quick wave? And I see some other team members just joining in. Thank you for that. So together we're going to work as a team and facilitate today's call, and we'll answer all of your questions as well. So any questions that you do have, I'm going to ask that you just type them into chat. And for now, go ahead and open up the chat window. And if you would, just go ahead and type your name and what state you're from, just to get the chat going. Today's session is part of a 5-part series. We're in the final 5 days of the campaign. And so we're going to host a meeting just like this every day at 12 o'clock, noon Central Time. And today's cause and topic is gratitude. We all know what gratitude is. It's really the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation, and to show kindness. And we all have so much to be grateful for, especially our servant-hearted federal employees that give so much back to all of us. And for that, that's something that we're truly thankful for. So I'm gonna hand the floor off to Allie. Allie, you wanna say hello?
All right. Hello again, everyone. It is my pleasure to join my colleagues who work as part of the outreach team, but then also those of you who are federal employees who are taking half an hour out of your day to join us. And then we have a number of charities who are with us also. I believe we've got 3 on the line right now who are going to be talking about how they benefit from the combined I don't know where a game comes from. Let me try again. Combined federal campaign. But then also to talk about, as James said, in the spirit of gratitude, just how much this campaign means to them, right? In light of everything that has been happening in 2020, and even as we come into the new year. So I want to turn it over to the 3 organizations that we have representatives from today. So we have Kyra Randall, who's with US Vets. And then Kyra, if you want to wave, if folks can see you. So we'll be hearing from her in just a bit. And then also from the Urology Care Foundation, we have Will Mashery. Welcome, Will.
Thank you.
And then it is possible that Will will have a colleague joining him as well. And so we'll be on the lookout for her if she's able to join. And then we also have James Posel. James, I hope I pronounced your last name somewhat close, from the Children's House at Johns Hopkins. And so James, if you want to give a wave, we welcome you and Will and Kyra today to our group. So it looks like we've got about 32 of us who are on the line today, and we represent all different parts of the country and part of the CFC family. And as James said, you know, we are in the final 5 days of the campaign, if you can believe it or not. And so what we want to do is, starting with Kyra, we want to give each of our charities a few minutes to be able to talk about what their organization is, right? Why their mission makes a difference. But then also, just more importantly, you know, to talk about this spirit of thankfulness and something for our federal employees to remember as we charge to Friday, which is the last day to be contributing to the combined federal campaign. So Kyra, let me go ahead and turn it over to you and you can get started.
Thank you. I'm with US Vets Houston, and what we do basically is take veterans off of the street who are homeless, and my screen just changed. Anyway, and help them get into permanent housing. And each year we feed about 38,000 meals. We have about 22,000 bed nights. That's what we do. We do outreach. And, you know, and I want to say thank you so much for your donation. But one program that I do is I actually have a lot of my veterans, or a lot of the veterans, send letters to the donors. And I'm going to read you just some really short, quick excerpts so that you can, you know, I mean, it's great coming from me, but this is from our actual veterans. This is from Scott. He was with the U.S. Navy. He said, "You may hear a lot of blah, blah about what your donation means to vets. Please trust me. It means even more than you can ever know. He goes on to say, I have found new hope. Soon I will be in my own apartment. I will be able to have my children and grandchildren come to visit. I can't thank you enough for what your support means to me. And then I have Patrick, who says that, and I'm just taking excerpts. Again, thank you very much for helping me and every veteran here to regain our self-worth and the confidence to make our lives better. And that was from Patrick. He was in the US Army. And then my last one, and probably one of my favorites, it starts off with thank you very much to all the donors. I want to tell you what your wonderful works of kindness means for me. And he talks about a lot of different things. He was in an accident, but then he ends it and he says, thank you very much. I can see the light that once shined in my life again because of you and that you cared about me. And he was both in the Marine Corps and the Navy, and he was honorably discharged. And so when it's not just giving the veterans a home and a place to live, it's giving them back their self-worth. It's helping that light shine in their lives. And for that, I want to say thank you to each and every person that has contributed, anything and everything. One meal runs us about $5 to $6. So, every time you give a little bit, it helps us feed a veteran. It helps us take them off the street, but mainly it helps us give them back their dignity and their self-worth. And like I always say, together we can serve those who've served. So thank you. And I will give you my CFC number is 13497, and I will go on ahead and put that in the chat. So in case anybody wants to know more about us. Thank you. We really, truly appreciate it. And so do the veterans that we have been able to help.
Great, thank you. All right.
And Will, it looks like
Yes, I'm on now. Okay, good afternoon. I'm Will McSherry. I work for the Urology Care Foundation. And on behalf of the thousands of combined federal campaign charities, the Urology Care Foundation sincerely thanks you, our supporters, for your donations. This year, your help has been needed more than ever. Every gift through CFC counts, no matter how small. Collectively, the gifts make a huge difference. Whether you give to our charity, which is 80207, or any of the worthy CFC approved charities, we are indeed grateful for choosing CFC as your pathway for giving. The Urology Care Foundation is the leader in improving healthcare for urologic patients worldwide, each and every day. Our mission is to advance urologic research, global humanitarian efforts, and develop patient education to improve treatments and find cures for more than 100 adult and pediatric urologic conditions and diseases. Some of these commonly known are prostate cancer, kidney cancer, and bladder cancer. With your generosity, the Foundation's new humanitarian program will generate grants to support individuals who provide direct urologic patient care to underserved communities in the United States and around the globe. In addition, we will continue to advance research and fund talented young scientists during critical phases in their career. Your support helps us to create the latest care and treatments in a host of current, comprehensive, and reliable print and digital patient educational resources. These have been translated into 8 different languages and are available to the public for free. Our foundation website, urologyhealth.org, is the leading go-to resource that attracts more than 1 million visitors each year, helping them navigate the urologic health and care. So again, thank you for making a positive difference in the countless lives of those who are suffering from a urologic disease or condition, including many urologic cancers. Appreciate it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And during the time that you've been speaking, I see that your coworker Karen has been able to join. I want to give Karen a minute to be able to add anything if she'd like to do that. Welcome, Karen.
Hi, I apologize. For some reason, my camera is not cooperating. But again, just wanted to, we are very, very grateful and appreciative that we can be part of the combined federal campaign, and just very supportive. I'm happy that, for your support, and just wanted to introduce myself. So we're very grateful. I'm hopeful for this new year, and we appreciate your continued support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Karen. All right, now we look forward to hearing from James from the Children's House at Johns Hopkins.
Hi, thanks for the introduction, Allie. I'm James from the Children's House at Johns Hopkins. We are a pediatric hospital housing facility that is located in Baltimore that serves families of critically ill children who are going through mostly childhood cancers, but other diseases and illnesses as well. But we house families from throughout the country and throughout the world who come to Baltimore specifically for Johns Hopkins treatment. We are not part of Johns Hopkins, so we are kind of independent of them. We just support them. But I want to thank you and all CFC participants for supporting charities of all sorts. It is incredibly helpful to rely on the support of federal employees who are very, very generous over years. But I wanted to share with you a quick note from one of our families who stayed with us recently, just to give you an idea from one of our families what our support to them has meant. And they say, "Dear Believe in Tomorrow Children's House, we could never thank you enough for the kind love, support, and hospitality we were shown during our stay. What a true blessing this house has been to our son and our family during surgery and a lengthy hospital stay following. I can't imagine the amount of work, time, volunteers, donations, and support that it takes to keep this incredible haven up and running, but we are very thankful for each and every one who has supported us along the way. And this is a small opportunity to say thank you, and we love you and appreciate you." And that's from a family, the parent of Grayson, a 1-year-old who was going through leukemia treatment at the Children's Hospital at Johns Hopkins. And that's just one of many families who stays with us throughout the year. COVID hasn't really changed much of our operation except for limiting the number. We house 15 families every night, but during COVID, the hospital has asked us to keep that at half capacity, but we're still full with a waiting list every day, unfortunately. But with your support and the support of so many others, we are able to help these families through a time that is incredibly challenging for them, just personally, financially, and just one of those hurdles of life that needs to be met and is often met by so many wonderful people who are supporting that those families will never meet, like CFC partners and yourselves. So thank you for giving, no matter who you've given to. We appreciate the support very much.
Thank you, James. So we've been really fortunate to hear from 3 charities so far. We've heard from US Vets, the Urology Care Foundation, and the Children's House at Johns Hopkins. We do have a 4th charity that we'd like to feature today as part of our CFC Call of Gratitude. And so I'd like to welcome Reagan Hamlin from Free to Live.
Hi, can everyone hear me? I'm good.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Come here, Mace. So I'm with Free to Live Animal Sanctuary. We are CFC number 57388. We are a no-kill animal sanctuary just north of Edmond. And all the animals that live with us, if they are not adopted, they live out their days with us safely and get the medical care and support that they need. We commit to our animals for life. So regardless if they're adopted when they're puppies, to if something changes in the family when an elderly person passes away, those animals always come back to us. So your sustained support, your monthly giving, that really helps us commit to these super hard to place dogs and cats in Oklahoma. Last year alone, with your sustained monthly giving, we were able to help and support 60 new dogs and cats. These are dogs and cats that have tough records, tough histories, whether it's bite temperament cases or cats that were young and healthy, but just unfortunately tested positive for leukemia. We take them in and give them the support that they need to thrive and hopefully get to that forever home. We couldn't do anything that we do without you guys. Throughout this entire year, it's been tough for everyone. We've been closed to volunteers. We've had staff, trying to keep them safe so they're able to care for the 300 cats and dogs every day. I have 2 dogs up here in my office right now learning manners that you've probably seen at some point pop up into the video. We basically try our best to meet every dog and cat where they are on property, and we give them the space and time to heal again, and we aren't able to do that without your sustained monthly giving. So please know how much we appreciate you. Unfortunately, my dogs and cats can't write extremely moving letters. If they did, they would say, thank you for the food, probably would be their biggest motivation. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. And again, we've been around since 1984 and we're only here today because of your sustained support. So thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Reagan. We're so glad to hear from you. So we've had a broad representation from 4 different organizations. But as you know, there are greater than 600 organizations if you look at the CFC approved charities that are available. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it back over to James. James is going to talk a little bit more, whether it's any of these 4 agencies that have been highlighted this afternoon or others, right? James is going to take you through how, if you'd like to do online giving, and if you'd like to search for any of these charities or others that you have in mind that are CFC approved, he'll help walk you through that. James?
Great, thank you. Thanks, Allie. Great job, charities. Thank you for being with us. It's so important to hear how everyone's hard-earned dollars and time, what difference that makes. That messaging is so important when it comes back to engagement, right, and to connecting to people. So what I'm sharing right now is actually the giving site. I'll drop again in chat. If you don't have an account, you can just go to cfcgiving.org. And that's the vanity, and it'll open up this browser. My browser opens up, actually, this is the giving site. So I actually have the site open here. I've already created an account, and it's really simple to do. Let me go back here. So basically, you go to this. You don't have to have an account, first of all, to go in and search for a charity. And as some of the charity speakers were going through what they do, I, in the background here, was using all 10 thumbs and trying to show you actually how easy and convenient it is to use the site. So I think I just need to work on my typing skills. But so I've set up an account already. I'll go ahead and just sign in. If you don't have an account, I encourage you to set up your account today. You can give through the end of the business day on Friday, the 15th. It's a 2-step process where you put in your basic information. It's an opt-in, so they'll email you. You confirm who you are, and then basically you can get into the site. The site basically is made up on the right side. It's, here's my pledge for this year. Here's the transaction history. So if I click this button, it shows since I created my account 4 years ago. The cool thing is it shows all my pledges and my tax information for the past 4 years. And each year I challenge myself to just try to go a little bit deeper and help someone else. So I always like looking at what I did last year and trying to one-up myself. You can donate money, and you can also donate your time on this site. But to me, it's a lot easier. Instead of thumbing through the charity guide or the charity magazine, there's over 6,000 charities that you can choose from. So there's a cause for everybody. And I'm a little bit of a techie, even though I have 10 thumbs, and I like typing in and kind of Googling the charities and being able to do my search that way. So here's the menu over on the right side. If you want to look for a charity, you go ahead and just type in the information. Let me clear this out. And DRF. So I just typed in a charity that's not on the call, but it's one of the charities that I know off the top of my head. Gives you a little background information. You could go to their website if you want. But the important thing is you would add this charity to your screen, and then you can check out and complete your pledge. It only took me a few minutes the very first year that I did my pledge. And the cool thing is this year when the site opened up in the middle of September, it took me less than 30 seconds. Once you make a pledge during the campaign season, you can add to your pledge, you can change your pledge, you can do whatever you want through the 15th, which is the end of business this Friday. So that's basically it. I just wanted to show you the website real quick. It's really easy to donate. And I encourage, there's really 3 ways to give. It's not about always giving money. Of course, everybody needs money to, money makes the world go round. That's the primary focus of the giving. But you can also donate your time. And if you look in the charity guide or you look online, you'll see a little hand icon next to the name of the charity. That means they have a volunteer program. Approximately 50% or over 50% actually have volunteer programs. And there's still lots of COVID-friendly, safe ways to donate your time in 2021. And it's donating time the entire year. So you can donate money, donate your time. And to me, what's just as important as everything else is share your story, share your cause. What's your why? And it's important to like with all the federal workers, when we do our trainings, we have cause cards. And the cause cards is, hey, my name is James, and maybe autism is my cause, or animal welfare, or veterans. There's so many different causes, and as I had mentioned, there's over 6,000 charities to choose from. So please pick your cause, get involved. Don't just sit in the grandstands and kind of watch. There's a lot of feel-good stuff, but gosh, it feels so much better when you participate and you get involved and you help people and you can see what you're doing, how that affects people's lives. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll take a look in chat real quick before we adjourn the meeting. Does anybody have any questions for our charities or any questions about the giving site? If you do, go ahead and just type them into chat and we'll make sure that we answer them, or you can unmute yourself and go ahead and chime in if you want to.
Hey, James, when is the last time to pledge?
So the campaign actually goes all the way through Friday. So it's close of business Friday, and close of business Friday, January 15th is actually in the Hawaiian time zone. So encourage you to do that. And a little tip to the wise, but if you miss that, the website will go down, but please make sure you can send in your paper pledge forms. Just if you can, just make sure they're postmarked by the 15th. If you get them out there a day or two late and pop them in the mail, you can still send in your pledge forms. And I'm confident last year they processed everything that they received. So, the need is huge. The one thing I'll say that makes my eyes pop out of my head is all the calls like this. We always like talking to the charities and finding out, but the need, because of so many people were affected by COVID this past year, the need has gone up immensely, and it's anywhere from 30 to 60% more need. So it's been a tough year for everybody, but we're actually grateful that, we all have jobs and that we can all be a part of a program like this that can help people. So encourage you to take a look at that. Any other questions in chat? Team, did I miss any questions?
James, this is AJ. I just wanted to let you know that I did mention in the chat that there are multiple ways to give other than going through the online. There is also a CFC mobile application that you can download, you can download, but it's available for your Android and also for your Apple telephone. So I did add the PDF file, which is just a brief introduction and instructions on how to access that application. Now is a great time for giving. We are in a unique position as government employees. We have a stable employment where a lot of nonprofits on any given normal operating year to year barely make ends meet. So as a government employee, you can help those that are struggling, that are barely keeping their doors open. I know I myself, as a CFC representative, sometimes find it very difficult to even contact some of the organizations that are on our CFC list because their finances and operating expenses are so low that maybe their websites are no longer working, or they cannot afford to keep their doors open and a receptionist answer the telephone. So the best way for you to know how best you can help is to go through the federal combined campaign to do your donations.
Excellent, excellent. AJ, thank you so much. We're gonna have to rope you into joining us for every session the rest of the week here with that. Thank you so much. So any other questions? Team, did I see anything else out in the chat that we need to help people with? Okay. All
Looks
right.
like we're covered.
All right. Thank you, Gwen, Rosemary. Thanks for your help. Everybody have a fantastic week, and let's finish the campaign strong. And feel free to join us. We're having these meetings every day. It's the same ID. So it's every day at 12 noon, and you'll hear from 5 different charities every time. So thanks, everybody. Have an awesome day. Take care.
Thank you.
Yep. Bless you.
Thank you.